Hi, friends. It's Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively. I have been busy. One, it's game day. I mean, if you are not a fan of college football and the national championship, you don't know what's going on. If you do, you know it's game day. We're so excited. We're big Hoosier fans, and it's just been fun. My daughter is an IU grad. She called this morning and said, "Mom, I need my letter jacket." I'm like, "You have that." So she was looking for a letter jacket. I think she was going to wear it all day today. She lettered in track. So anyway, this is a January 8th through April. This is in the mini catalog. It's called Nature's Walk is the bundle, or Nature's Symphony. Nature's Walk is the whole suite. So I want to show you what I did with it at camp and then show you the online exclusives that I've added to it, different than the camp card. So here's the bundle that I'm using. When we got this catalog, I went to this page and I loved all of this. This is my kind of color scheme. I love the colors. This textured paper is beautiful. I love the gems, the ribbon. This just made me happy. Had some great samples. Oh, I've like popped the page out. Had some great samples over here of things you could do with it. But then when you turn the page, I loved this. And so I did that at camp for my campers. Used the designer series paper. And here's the 2 cards that they made. So cute. One of their favorites. But I'm going to add my little twist to it because I don't need to do the same thing twice. And I'll show you what I'm going to do this time. For one, I changed the card base. So this is Old Olive, and then I've gone with Mossy Meadow. So now I have Mossy Meadow over here. And then I'm going to set this over here. Then to mix it up, I ran this through, punched this, die cut that out, and then I ran it through this lovely Stripes 3D embossing folder from the online exclusives. I keep trying to make this brighter. Yeah, one of the mini issues. So I feel like I've got this light right on here and it still feels dark. So let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Hear that beeping? Look, I got a remote. Trying to make it brighter. I don't know that that necessarily made it brighter. If you could see the lights I have shining down on me, you would think I would be solid. Okay, so I ran it through this. This embossing folder cuts so deeply. My friend Tanya at the Wonder Basement, she put vellum through it and it cut little strips. It's just a deep cutting embossing folder. So when it ran through here, it kind of cut it a little bit, which is fine. When I put it down on the glue, I've saved it all and it'll all go on there just fine. So on the camp card, I had them stamp the background and we used basic beige. For us, I'm going to put some designer series paper here, but I still want to stamp on it. I love the this, and I love stamping with basic beige because that's what I used on here. Instead of using Old Olive, I just used the basic beige, and it just took it a shade lighter or darker. It's almost like a step up from our Versamark. Geez, the word was gone. It was in my head, but it wasn't coming out of my mouth. So it's just a little bit darker than Versamark. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this DSP. The way I just adjusted my lights and my cameras, I cannot see comments on my computer. So if you make a comment, I apologize, I'm not going to be able to see it. Let me see if I can see it on my phone. Make sure the volume's all the way down. Okay, so there we go. And I knocked everything over. I'm a disaster. But then you can see my Hoosier sleeve. See all that sleeve in there? There it is. I'm game day ready. My grandson and I were texting about what we were going to eat during the game. I mean, because you got to plan your food on game day. Okay. So see how... Oh, thanks, Carla. So see how that took it just a little bit lighter without... I just think using the Old Olive or the Mossy Meadow would have been just too dark. So I just wanted a little bit of texture behind it. Now I'm going to glue this piece on, okay? And what I did was I used my not favorite thing, which is green glue. Isn't this good? It's a good textured embossing folder. See all that interesting texture to it? It's a good embossing folder. If you don't have it, check it out. Again, it's an online exclusive. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go around all these little places to make it stay down. And all those little cracks and crevices. And then, oh, Susan, you did a bad thing. Okay, so now, because I went around the whole card, I'm going to adhere this down. Isn't that pretty? Look at that side. I like both sides. So now I've got to put this down because I put glue all the way around this. And it would glue to my table. Okay, so now I'm going to hold all those little points down because I know I put a little glue on them. Okay, and then this is the piece that broke off. And it's just going to go right in here and it's fine. So I love the peacock on the other side. Oh, I'll put some right here at this little tip. I made caramel corn for tonight because that's one way to get game day ready, is to start your snack. And then my granddaughter makes caramel corn. I gave her the recipe. And so she was going to make it for her family. Okay, look. So here's the difference. Flat with some texture. I just love the texture. Okay, then this is part of the dies that come with it. Okay, so this one is stamped in Old Olive and run through the cut and emboss machine. This one is stamped in Mossy Meadow, run through the cut and emboss machine, and then I took my blend brush with some Secret C and went around the edge. Okay? And I want to add a little bit of linen thread to this one. Again, just a little bit different than camp, which is okay. I don't have to do the same thing twice. So when I make a bow, I loop this around twice. And this is the way I do it. You get to do whatever you want. It's your bow. And then I'm going to take another piece and tie this. I am in Indiana and it's so cold. It was like, feels like negative this morning. Dang. It was cold. And then my sister is at the IU game and she called from Miami and said, there's a cold snap in here and it feels like it's in the 50s. I'm like, oh, boo-hoo. There wasn't much sympathy that came out of my words. So this I'm going to put behind here. Okay. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back because I want it to stick up. I'm going to put one on this little piece right here so it stays. Okay, friends. Right there at the bottom. My curls are kind of crazy and I'm okay with that. To a great guy. Okay, and then here are the gems. So these gems are heavy. You know, like when you put them in your hand, you go, oh, those have some weight to them. They're not like some of our others that are don't have weight. But look at all these interesting metals and mixed metals, I feel like. I like it. So here's to a great guy. Different? Do you have a preference? Do you like one better than the other? I kind of like it on the mossy. I wasn't sure. You won't hurt my feelings if you tell me what you think, trust me. So as I was working on the card, I have one more thing I want to show you because I liked these. Then I started playing with, I'm going to show you the other card, but this is my glitter squirrel moment. So this, I kind of sort of liked when I originally saw it, and I'm going to do a video on it, so you'll just have to be watching. But then, look. Is that not the cutest? So be watching for a video on this. I can't tell you how I did it because you'll have to watch for the next one. So after I cut this piece out, I did this with the piece at camp. We're going to, again, do it a little bit different. I folded it in half and I cut off 1 inch. I'm going to take this basic beige and I'm going to stamp it on the background again. Oh, I didn't put my foam mat under here. Well, it'll probably be okay. Nope, it's not as dark as what I like, so I'm going to have to do it again. I mean, there's something to be said for foam mat and our photopolymer, friends. Anytime I tried it, it's never as dark as what I want. Much better. So I'm going to cheat and kind of go this way so no one knows that wasn't as dark as what I wanted. Oh yeah, much better. So basic beige on Mossy Meadow. And then because I want to do this a little bit different, I'm going to put this down on here. Get rid of this. Okay. But I want it to be different than the other one. This one, this one. So this one I stamped in the background and then I attached this. I'm going to put this on here. My neighbor, if you were watching when it said, I'll be here in a minute, I had to go and corral my crazy dogs because heaven forbid the neighbor get a delivery because they went crazy. So I'm going to put this on here like this. And part of this bundle is this pretty Secret Sea ribbon. And I wanted to put this on here. So to make sure that it all matched, I cut a 1.5 inch piece of this. But this is where I get into trouble, friends. Which one do we like better? Do we want to go this way? Or do you want to go this way? What do you think? I'm kind of a little bit partial to this one. It adds my Secret Sea, but then brings in all those other pretty colors. Yep, this is the one I'm going to go with. If you vote past the time I choose this, sorry. I've made my decision. Today's a holiday, if you're watching in the United States. I was talking to one of my son and his girls last night, and I said, what are you doing tomorrow on your day off? They had forgotten. There was a moment of panic because they had forgotten that the kids were off school because they both have to work. And you know, you forget that your kid's off school when you have to work. So there you go. I've added a little bit of that, some of the other colors in the DSP. The reason I did that is I want to add this ribbon. So I'm going to add this ribbon. I love a good bow, friends. Can't help it. Part of who I am. I'm going to tie it on the bolt. Because like this ribbon is so soft and sheer and ties well without adding the bulk. It just ties really well. So I'm going to make my beautiful bow. And I'm going to make sure this is cut off and I don't have a bunch of fraying fringe. Sometimes I like the fraying fringe. Sometimes I don't. Beautiful. I've got these embellishments I want to add. And I think I want to add some words. I think it needs some words. Okay. So the other set of words I have, this one I'm going to stamp in the Secret Sea just so we mix it up a little bit. I'm stamping it on basic beige. And this says, "You make me smile." Oh yeah, sorry about my hand. I made the mistake of touching my hand to the curling iron. You know what that does if you ever have to curl your hair. So I have my mini boss. I love this thing. Well, I just love die cutting. What a cool thing to be able to cut this stuff out. All right, here we go. Now, last week I gave away prizes and mailed them. I mailed them out right after I was done with the video, so I didn't forget. I like giving out prizes. So if you, what should I do this week? My friend Carla got a prize because she was the first one on last week. Did you get your prize in the mail? Better have. I'll be mad if you didn't. Okay, so I love the way this cuts out. You make me smile. Is that too bright on there? Like, am I going to be better if I subtly add a little bit of color to it? Let's do that. I love a good blend brush. Let's just subtly tone this down a little bit. Oh, good. Carla got her prize. I should give out another prize. If you want a prize, sign up for my email and then email me. I will send you one. First person that does that gets the prize. How about that? Or if you, let's change that because I can. The first person who comments on this and tells me what their favorite is. How about that? You have to comment and tell me what your favorite is, and then you'll just have to email me your address so I know how to send you a prize. So the next person who comments on what their favorite is, I can send you a prize. Now I'm going to attach this to here because I'm afraid I won't get it in the right spot. Oh yeah, it needs a gem. Two maybe. Okay, so tell me what your favorite is. So this one went to this, and this one went to this. So there's 4 choices. Okay, Rosa, you like the one with the ribbon? Email me your address, friend, and I will send you a prize. And I'm glad you like it. All right, friends. Thanks for joining me. So again, Rosa, just send me a message and I will send you a prize. All right. Thanks for joining me. Gosh, you guys have a great day. Go Hoosiers. Bye.